Hi, I'm Paul Francis, and welcome to the beginning of my classes here on YouTube for personal development. Now, if you've watched me before on TV or heard me on the radio, then you will know that I refer to as personal development as development. Now, the reason why I say personal development is, as you develop as a person, so you will develop spiritually, and as you develop spiritually, so you will develop as a person. I'm sure you will understand that. However, if you don't understand, it's not a problem at all. You can contact me through my website, www.paulfrancis.net, and Francis is spelled Francis.net. And of course, you can follow me on my radio shows on Thursday night, which is Spirit Quest Radio, and of course, Reach Across Live on Sunday evenings. Now, I wanted to begin with a gentle development course of 10 individual videos. So 10 sessions like this that you can refer to back to as many times as you want, really. And that's the great thing about doing it this way. You can go back and forth as many times as you like. Now, I will be taking messages on Sunday evenings, so if you do contact me on the Reach Across Live and you want to ask me questions about the development, that is fine. I welcome you to doing that, and you'll be hearing from me obviously directly one-to-one. So join me on Sunday nights for Reach Across Live. You'll get the connection through Facebook, and you'll be able to ask me questions about this development on a one-to-one basis, and I'm happy, and I do mean genuinely happy, to answer your questions. So let's begin. Okay, now we should begin by setting up our area. Okay, that's the area in which we're in. We're in one of my studios, and in this studio here I have the area all kitted out. Candles over here in the corner, as you can see, background music playing, and the ambience in my studio is very gentle, very warm and very, very gentle, so you should do the same. Now, not everybody can have studios, I do understand that. So what you want to try and do is find an area in your home which you are least likely to be disturbed. You know, sometimes that can be the bathroom. Yes, in the bathroom. If that's the place you're not going to be disturbed, then do it in there. And the best thing then again from then forward is to try and do it at the same time every day if you can. Now, we live in a real world and a real life, and we all have lives to get on with, so making it every single day at 11 o'clock, if you can, fantastic, then make it happen. If you can't, then that's okay. Try and make it at the same time. If you can do it every day, fantastic. If you can't, try and do it at least 1 to 2, maybe 3 times a week. If you can get in 5 times a week, all the better, okay? The person that's going to benefit from the more work you put in is you. And I promise you this, you will benefit in every aspect of your life, in every single day, not just spiritual development. Everyday life will benefit from what you're about to undertake. So come on, let's get it underway. Let's start the journey. Now let me sort of get you to plan, okay? And the very first thing that I want you to do is set up some candles if you can, especially candles that may be scented, all the better. But here's the really important thing. Only put them in a place that you can keep an eye on them, and they're not going to be anywhere near where they can cause a fire. Let's be conscious and be safe at the same time, okay? It's great having that ambience. It's great sitting there with a wonderful candle, just the candlelight on its own. I often do that. I'll come into the studio of an evening, I'll have the candles, just the candles, and I'll sit and meditate just with the candles burning. Great, but I'm very much aware where they are, how they're burning, and of course putting them out at the end of the session, okay? Vital. Let's look at that particular point here, the end of the session. Although this is going to be a short session, and these are going to be short sessions, you need also to be aware that we will be meditating, okay? And it's very, very common, it's not just you, it's very, very common, I did it too many times, that in the meditation you'll fall asleep, okay? So it's quite a good idea to set yourself up some sort of alarm system, some sort of wake-up call, that when you're practicing the meditation outside of this, that you get a wake-up call and you don't fall asleep and forget to pick the kids up from school. It's easily done, okay? So as I say, these are going to be short sessions, so I'm going to be bringing you in and I'll be bringing you out again, so they are controlled in time, and you can play those obviously to suit what time of the day you're meditating or you're going to be doing your development in, okay? Remember what I said, any questions you want to put to me, do it via Reach Across Live, hence the name, Reach Across Live. I do sort of make sure that whole show is about as much about teaching as it is about doing the readings. I get a lot of people who just want to know what's going to happen to me next. It's not all about what's going to happen to me next. It's about how much you put into life and how much life is going to give you back. But if you don't put it into life, how can you get it back? It's a bit like a bank. If you don't put money into the bank, how can you ever draw it out? Okay, think about it in that little frame. Okay, so let's begin. Set up your area. Have an area that you can meditate in 3 or 4 times a week, up to 5 times or 6 times, depending on how much you want to put into it. Make sure the area is safe, that it's not going to be fluttered, or you're not going to catch the curtains with the candles or anything like that. Somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed, if possible. Okay, but as I say, we live in a real world. And then, of course, somewhere where you can build up this wonderful ambience and this wonderful energy, because that's exactly what you will do. You will build up a wonderful energy that you'll be able to sit into and be very calm at any time, not just the time that you're meditating. The next thing I want you to do is get yourself a book, a journal. Go down to any store that sells books. Find a book that you feel warm with, something that you can call a journal, something that whatever it is, as long as you understand that it suits you and it'll fit to what you want, because you're going to be making notes as we go through this series of little shows or little development classes. Then you will start to get little unique dreams. Okay, write those dreams down. At the beginning, when you're starting to develop, these little notes become a notebook, and at the end of the development class they become a remembrance book, and they'll sort of guide you through when you came into it and how far you've come, and you can read back on it. It is a very nice thing to do. Okay, now let's move on to what we're going to be expecting to do through these particular classes. Today's class is, it's an intro, and I'm having a quick peek into where we're going, what we're going to be doing, and I'll give you an overview on that. Today we're going to have a look and I'll tell you how to set up your area, taking notes and that kind of thing. We're going to walk into the area of breathing. Not a lot of people know how to breathe properly, so we're going to do that. We're going to teach you how to calm yourself down today, and that's kind of the outside of what we're going to be doing today. So the breathing, visualization, calm, and that's the good start. Try not to run, try just to walk first, okay? And even if you've done meditation in the past, follow the course in how it's going, and I promise you results, okay? So let's go into it gently, a walk, breathing, calm, and then we'll move forward from there, okay? What you can expect in the shows to come in the weeks ahead, we're going to be looking at, as I say, breathing. We're going to be looking at focus, energies, how to work with and deal with and clear energies. We're going to look at healing, how you're going to be able to heal yourself through all of this work and the energy work you're dealing with. We're going to move into spirit guides, how you can contact and work with your spirit guide. Connections, we're going to work with those. Crystals, energy development classes, how to work with understanding what a message is, how the message is going to come through. And then at the end of it, we're going to move into the area of how to get in touch with and work with your angels. Okay, and all of that over the next sort of 10 classes. Alrighty. So let's just say again, breathing, that's today. Focus, energies, healing, spirit guides, connections, crystals, energy development, messages and how to work with them and how to understand what a message is, and then how to present a message. And then after that, at the end of this little course, we're going to be looking at how to work with guides and angels together, specifically angels, before we move on to a higher level, okay? So if you're happy with that, let's get started. I'm going to leave you alone to set up your room, okay? And then we'll come back into the second part of this particular little set of videos, and we'll move forward into there. But please try and follow the videos in sequence. So that's this one being 1, 2, 3, right through to 10. Okay. So I'm going to leave you alone. Set up your class. Set up your room. I beg your pardon, and set up your ambience. Get your music playing, however you want to be. If you just don't want the music playing, you'll probably hear my music in the background anyway. And then we'll start into the breathing, the very first of these classes. Thanks for watching now, and I'll see you in a few minutes' time.